Hi everybody, my name is Mr. Jerville. Welcome back to an episode of the Why Play Gaming Review Show. Little gaming reviews I do to enhance the reviews I leave on the Steam store. Sorry if my microphone is a little bit loud. I've been playing with the settings and trying to get the videos back to normal and such, but I'm not very good at editing and stuff, so I do apologise if you might have to turn the sound down. Anyway, I'm rambling on. These videos are for my Steam reviews that I leave on the Steam store. They're 30 minutes long, and I try to cram everything about the game into a short 30-minute video because some games are too big to play and stuff like that, so I can't do 10-minute videos to 20-minute videos. I try to give you everything within the 32 minutes. I have a timer which is slowly counting down, and I'm rambling on. Anyway, welcome to this episode of Star Traders Frontiers. It is a Kickstarter game which releases tomorrow, the 14th of November, hopefully. I think that is correct. At a 20% off, it will be $11.99. Not sure what that is in pounds or your local currency in euros. You'll have to convert that, but there'll be a 20% off till the 21st of November. Then it will go back to its full price of $15. If you've never heard of Star Traders before, it is part of a larger connected universe or multi-universe by the Tracy Brothers Games Studio. It's a studio that comprises of 3 brothers, and we'll go over some little information at this moment about them. So I am sorry if this video goes on slightly longer than 30 minutes. I'll give you a little bit of information about the developer, and then when I get into some actual gameplay footage, we'll talk about the actual game. So the developer are called Tracy Brothers. They were founded in 2010. They have over 2.5 million customers, so they are a pretty big company out there. They're fairly well known. They did a Kickstarter for a game called Star Traders 2, which then was retitled to Star Traders Frontiers. All the social links and all the social media plugs will be plugged in at the end of the video for you to go to their forums, the game store, their Facebook, and all their social media will be at the end of the video. And it will be in the description, so if you just want to go out and check the game out now, it's in the link in the description is there. As I say, there's 3 brothers that work on this. They make a mix of games. Some are desktop, some are mobile phone. They seem to be relatively strategy and such. The reason why I'm looking down at the camera is because I have a little screen below the camera which tells me like what I'm supposed to say to you. Haha! Prepping for videos. So yeah, they have a mixed set of skills. One brother called Corey is the older, and he's the engineering ninja. Andrew is the middle brother who both codes and draws the artwork, and then Martin, who's the youngest, is the artistic talent behind Templars Battle Force and Star Traders Frontiers, which is the game we're about to see now. And as I say, you can learn more about them in the links in the description and such. So, hope never dies. First, there was the Exodus when survivors of the Great War piled into their hive ships and left for the. I'm actually not going to read that. I'll just put that down. There's a text version to this as well, so if you don't want to watch me ramble on, you can go and watch. You can go and read the text version on the Steam store, and it will have all the information for you. So let's actually just get into some gameplay. So hopefully my little screen button has worked and you are now seeing the gameplay, the actual game itself. Now I did turn the sound off and I'm going to turn it back on, and it may slightly be loud. I base all my reviews on a point system, and they get merits depending on what they do in the point system. So give me a sec, that is slightly loud, the game. I just need to lower the sound in Windows. Yay, prepping for videos, it never works. That's a little bit better. So this gets based on a point system. There are 10 points: graphics, animations, gameplay, control, replayability, menu systems, and so on, storyline and content. It gets a point for its menu system. It's very nice, it's very simple, you can see what you have to click on. I should point out this is not controller friendly, so those of you who use controllers, sorry, you have to use keyboard and mouse. It is keyboard and mouse only, so, and I don't believe this is on Android. I believe this is only on Windows, Macs and Linux, so it's a PC only title. So we have new captain, load game, or load captain, options, credits and quit. The options is pretty simple. You can't change the resolution or any like advanced stuff or key bindings. Everything is set to the keys, so you can't customize your key bindings. You can lower and higher the music. I've lowered it to as low as possible, but it's still very loud. And the sound effects are the same. I've lowered them. You can do full screen or window mode. That's the only resolution that you can change. And that pretty much is it for the options. Load captain is pretty much what you would expect. I have played a little bit of the game to get into sort of grips of how the game works. And we are going to start with new captain. So when you buy the game, you start up a new captain. There are templates for your professions. Now, from what I have read, there is a lot of professions. I'm just having to scroll down to key features. So the key features of this game is you can explore a rich open universe, discover endless procedurally generated galactic maps, meet unique characters and face off against enemies to conquer the galaxy. You can become an intergalactic captain, take the role of a spy, smuggler, explorer, pirate, merchant, bounty hunter and more, up to 21 jobs total. Now, while I was reading in the Steam discussions, you can change your role on the fly. You don't have to just be a bounty hunter and that's it, you're stuck to a bounty hunter. One of the developers was talking in the Steam discussions that you can mix and match your roles around and such. You can assemble a crew and tailor a loyalty crew. Assign talents, equip specialised gear for every spaceship's crew member. Experience an ever-changing narrative, decide to make friends or foes with other factions and influence political, economic and personal matters. So that is pretty much going to wrap it up for the feature list. There's a lot more features involved in the game. I'm not going to go over that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to create a template. So I created this one. I'm going to delete it. And we're going to create, so when you get the game you have 4 templates to start with. Each have unique attributes and skills. Each come with a unique looking ship, and if you want to just create your own template you can. So the experience, I'm going to make my guy a merchant because I like to be merchant man. My ship, I'm going to select one that has quite a lot of cargo. So where is one that has cargo? Let's have a look. Oh, also you'll notice if you press like one that you can't afford, it will say it's out of your budget and such. Field cutter, that looks good, but I like the look of that one. I'll go for this one. So we have the mass, hull, fuel, base armor, max officers that you can have, max crew, shield, and a little bit about the ship, so we're going to have that one. Contacts. This is where things get a little bit interesting. Depending on your contacts will depend on your missions and your information and your trades and how your story will progress, I believe. So I am a merchant, I'm going to choose that one. I did see one further down. I want to be a weapons dealer, so I like that one. So there's 2 out of the 4. Politician, yeah, I like that. Actually, no, I'm going to change politician to prince because he is slightly better. So there's 3. Ships that need constant fuel to keep operating the SAR systems. No, don't like that. Spice trader. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. So I've chosen my 4 contacts. My attributes. This is really annoying because you actually have to go through and choose 28 of them. I try to level them all out as best as possible and just have a nice even number, but might not quite work. Actually, I think you can just click random. No, you can't just click random. Okay, so you can't just click random, right? 10, 10. These attributes will come later into the game when you get into combat and various situations as you progress through the game. If you've ever played Darkest Dungeon, it's very similar to that in style of combat. It's turn-based. We'll go over that very shortly. Hopefully you'll get to see some of that in today's video. So we have 24 left, so I'm going to give that one 13, unlucky number, 13, 13. And one more, I'm going to give it to my strength because I'm a badass in strength. And that is everything set. You can call your template a name. So as this is the Why Play Show, I'm going to call it the Why Play Show. And then I save my template and then I hit launch. Now we are onto the character customization screen, and there is a lot to customize. You can play on a default map or you can choose to create a new one. I am going to choose the default map. My faction, there is a number of factions and they each have zone bonuses and such. So you want to go through and look at what one you want and such. I'm going to go with these because trade unites us all. I'm a merchantman, so trading. But there are various different factions to go through. Change my difficulty, I'm going to keep it at beginner for this. Change my gender, I'm going to choose my nice face, or a face that roughly resembles me, or the character that I am. Can't really change the colour of the hair, but I'll go with that one, it's kind of ginger. Different uniforms that you can go through. So I like this, it reminds me of Mass Effect, has that sort of Mass Effect feeling. And Captain Jervo. And away we go, we are into the game. Now there are no voice actors in this is all text based and it is all reading and choice selection. It's that old style sort of role-playing game where you choose an option and your outcome will depend on what option you choose and such. So on the right there you can see my crew that I have to start off with. You can just click in the top right hand corner to skip all, or you just keep clicking and it will go through the dialogue as you click. Graphics, fairly nice, you know, it's not over the top, it's very simple, so it's not demanding on your system. So if you're running a low end PC, you'll be able to play this game. It is fairly good on, you know, a decent PC. I have a fairly high spec PC, or I consider myself to have a high spec PC. I have a 1060 6 gig graphics card, 32 gig RAM. I'm on Windows 10 and it's running fairly smooth. 120 gig SSD. If you're on something lower than the 10 series, say like a 980 or even a 750 or 760, I could see this running fairly smooth on. It doesn't require a lot basically to run. I am just clicking through this, I'm not reading what they're saying. So now we are actually into the main game, and there is a few icons on your screen. The game does do a nice little tutorial to take you through what you have to do. So whenever you need advice off your crew, you can click on it, and she basically will say you can count on us. If I click it again, no one will say anything. No. Right. We'll go through all the icons on the screen. So in the top right hand corner I have my health. In the top right hand corner I have the ship and the ship's health. You have an action bar across the top, which I believe I can sort of do things with. Then in the bottom right I have my money, cargo. This is the missions tab, so if I click on this it's going to tell me my current mission, my known contacts, my known rumours, faction policies, so it's actually going to tell me what's happening in the factions and such, trading bans, different factions as I go through will have different policies and what's happening with them factions. On the right we have the sort of Star Atlas. It tells me all about the planets around me and such. We have the galactic map, so if I just zoom out you can see I chose to play on a map with 37 systems or 38 systems. You can customize it to however many systems you like. It's kind of like Stellaris, like that. If you've ever played Stellaris, you can customize your galaxies to have only 4 systems or 400 systems. I'm not sure what the max amount of systems in this game is, but I could imagine it being very much like Stellaris, where it just gets really crazy. And again, with that procedurally generated galactic maps, I could see it going on, the replayability being here for quite some time. As I said, we have the consultants, we have status. Status shows me my status of the ship and all what I need to do. I can also look at the status of my crew. I can go through and select an individual member, so let's select myself. I can train him in a job, I can learn a talent, I can level him up. This is where I do the stats. I can equip him with items. I can change his visual appearance, so I can change the face again. Choose an armband. Choose eyewear. I've just changed my face, or my ginger, so it's a blonde hair back. There it is. Talents, dismiss, next and such. So we'll come off that for a sec. You have cargo, shows you how much cargo you have. You have your captain's log, haven't got anything. We have this lovely little button here called navigate. Now what that does is, on the missions I can click on set the waypoint. It will automatically set the waypoint of where I need to go to, and it will take me there automatically. And in the bottom you will see my fuel is slowly going down. So we've now reached the world that we need to be at, and there's 2 places I could land on: the wilderness, or I could go to a luxury population. I'm going to go there because that's where I need to go. And here we have the start of the story mode to the main game. I've played different roles and it seems to be the exact same story. Every role you play, pirate, smuggler, merchant, you all seem to meet this person at the start of the game, and you take her to her destination, and you can choose to do the story. So I am just going to skip everything because I know what choices to choose and what not to choose. So again, this is that classic Fallout 3 choice system, Mass Effect choice system, where you have to choose the right things to say to gain better things. So no, let's choose that. It's pleasant to hear. Thank you. You know why I need to go. He's no friend, unfortunately. Shows him a favour. I should have stopped there. The little pink text with the bubbles is what your character is thinking. It's not what he's saying. That took me a second to realise. Let's talk about specifics of the mission. We accept your offer. Welcome aboard. So your character is in like the orange text, and see like it's got like this triangle, that's him actually speaking. And when it's got like the circles, it's kind of it's self-explanatory and it's common sense, but I just feel I should point that out, that it's what your character's thinking, not what he's saying and such. So now that we've taken on the mission and we've got our person, we can do some things here. We can go to the starport where we can refuel our ship, and if we purchase some fuel, you can see that we've done that. I don't think we got any damages, no, so coming here didn't damage us. Don't really want to upgrade the ship at this moment, so that is going to be us at the starport. Space hall is usually where you can like pay your crew wages and pick up new crew members. The exchange is where you can buy and sell cargo that you have on you. We don't have any, so that will do us on this planet. Now what I'm going to do is click on my mission, pay 100k for space warp, yeah, or 10k. So let's get out of here, So I've noticed your crew giving me sideways looks since I settled in here. Again, you can take your time to go through these. These are all the options that you'll get to choose. There is combat, and the combat is very much similar to Darkest Dungeons, where it's, you know, a Final Fantasy style Darkest Dungeons. You have your crew, you have all your equipment, and it's turn based. So I don't think I chose the right one there. I think I chose to tell her that I thought she'd be in a giant robot. Also, I'm clicking on the options. You can actually just press the letter that corresponds to that option. So if I press B, that will go through that one. If I press A, and then finally if I press A, there we go. Now we are back in space. Now I know where I need to go to, so if I press the A, S and W keys and D, it doesn't really do much. You just get like certain things pop up. So if I press A, it'll pop up this. If I press S, I'll get my systems. So there are keys bind, but again, if I press escape, it will tell me where I am, the date, and how many turns I've had. There's no options to see the key bindings. Maybe I'm missing it. If I go back to main menu, there is an auto save function, by the way. I'm just pointing that out. This is why I'm doing this. So if I go back to options, there's no keys to bind. So it's hard to know the controls. So it does get a little bit of a minus point on my review on that. I would have liked to have seen key bindings. If I go back into my load captains, you can see I can load multiple captains, so I could have multiple roles of captains. I believe this is the latest one. Yeah, 2013. I'm going to launch that. We're back where we were. I'm going to navigate to where I need to go to. We are here at the place where I need to go to. I'm going to land. No, I'm not. Sorry. I need to go to my mission, plot the waypoint, navigate to. Now, if I didn't want to go to that mission, I can just right click to say navigation's aborted. And I can actually just go to, I don't know, other places basically. I can click on the place and I can go off and do the mission. My own missions, I can go off and just explore the galaxy basically. I could jump through this wormhole and it is going to just take me to a new location. I could go to a different place, but again, you've got to be careful because at the bottom your fuel is running out, so you can only go to places based on your fuel, and you're going to need money to go there. So I already know what this says. Now we're talking to a different person. Let's skip that one. Skip. I'm sure she will help her old friend. And that's pretty much it. Now I can actually speak to the prince. In fact, if I just go back a sec to show you my mission log, it will now tell me, now that I've finished that, I can just go off and explore the galaxy. I don't have to carry on with the story mission, but Prince has promised more work for us. Maybe we should take him up on his offer. So if I speak to him, he's going to give me missions, basically my current mission I've accepted, and I can now go off and do that. Depending on your allegiances and your contacts will depend on what services you get with that contact. Let's just refuel, and I think we took some damage. We did. The cargo hold took some damage. I'm going to pay for that. Now unfortunately I haven't really been able to show off some combat in this video, and that's really what I want to show off. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Heading out special hyperdromes, payment deferred, no hyperdromes. Right. Okay. Should discuss work, welcome, blah, 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 blah. So, my reputation just went up slightly there. I don't know if you're seeing that. Very toxic. So he's actually gave us a mission to go and get another person for their court, like their court case, and then obviously we go off and get that person and such. So let's go and see if I can now navigate. I'm a bit of issues figuring out why my missions aren't court missions. Proving your character. You already have free customs, right? Okay. But if I go to missions, it's not there. I'm a bit confused by this. Brr. Discuss mission offers. Current 0 to 1 missions, achieving effective rep. I'm a bit confused. I was hoping to show some off some combat. I haven't really been able to do that, and we're down to 3 minutes of the video. Pending decision. Pending decision. Right. After offer pending summary. Letter of law pays 1,000 hyperdrome to Phaeton's cluster. Right, okay. Let's go and hyper jump. Method law unknown contacted. Pillars of fire and Phaeton's cluster. Right, let's jump out and let's try to find that. So what one's that one? That was the Pillars of Fire, wasn't it? Okay. Let's land. Prince. Missions. Proving your character mission. No, I'm just getting more missions. I don't want... No, I need... Oh, I'm doing this all wrong, people. I am very sorry. Go back. Okay, land. Exchange. No. Spice Hall. Oh, I have to pay my wages for the crew, so I'm actually going to pay that now. Total paid. So that's my entire crew paid now because we've been flying around, they've been doing their work. So you could have seen like what they needed to be paid for and such, and how much each one is worth and such. So I've not actually made any money in this video, and we're down to like the last minute. I'm going to have to leave that there, people, because I'm a little bit confused and I need to read up on what the hell I'm doing that's wrong. So I'm going to go back to my webcam now and give you my final thoughts of the game. Because I really don't know what I'm doing that's wrong. I don't seem to have any missions whatsoever, even though I just took a mission. Or I'm doing something wrong. So let's go back to the webcam, shall we? So I am very sorry about that. I was hoping to get some combat in there, but there will be a trailer at the end of this video to sort of show you the type of combat that you're going to get basically in the game and such. I don't know what I was doing wrong there. The game is really good though, like the graphics, the animations, the music, the story content to get you into it. It has that Mass Effect sort of Darkest Dungeon. The combat does actually have Darkest Dungeon, and I did get to do a bit of combat where it's that, you know, side sort of team. Your team and crew are on like one side, and then the enemy team and crew are there, and you're sort of battling and choosing, and depending on what equipment you get. So it's very much like if you can imagine Fallout Shelter, where you send a crew member off to go and get equipment, and they come back with like a ray gun. And you equip them and put them in the door of Fallout Shelter, so when raiders come, they have these little battles. This is pretty much like that. Darkest Dungeon. If you equip your characters with better weapons and better equipment, they will do better in combat and such. And I didn't really get to show that, and that's really what I wanted to show. I mainly just got to show you flying around systems and the basic systems. But again, the game comes out tomorrow, November the 14th, at a discounted price of 20% off. Highly recommend you pick this one up. Out of a score of 10, I am going to give it a 7. That is because I would like to map the keys. I would like to see. Maybe I'm just looking now. I'm just actually going to press escape a sec. But I couldn't see any function for me to see where the keys are. Like, I'm just looking at options. There is nothing really there. Even if I go into game, let me go in game and such. There wasn't really anything to see the key, like a key map and such. That might just sound petty of me because, you know, like if I press A, that brings up like the space atlas. If I press S, it brings up the ship status and such. But there's nothing on the game to tell you that that's what that does. You just find out accidentally by pressing a random key. I mean, for all I know, there's a key on there that self-destructs your ship. I don't know. And I might accidentally press that, and my ship will blow up. I don't think there is. There isn't that like anything like that on the game. But that's just a little thing that annoys me. The tutorial in the game is good. I'm just really bad at following it because I didn't really read much, and I did rush through that story. I was just clicking just to get through and hopefully get up to some combat, and I didn't get to do that, so I apologise for that. Music is awesome. Character designs are great. Character customization, although I didn't show you actual equipment customization, there is like a lot of equipment that you can do. Missions, up to 21 professions that you can mix and match and such. The game is filled chock-a-block with content for you to play and an endless amount of hours. Replayability, I would say this is up in the high 9, 10 for replayability. The reason I gave it a 7 is because controls are a little hard to sort of figure out other than the point and click and such. Although it does do a good way of describing it to you, controls are a little bit hard. Tutorial pretty much seems to just stop. The tutorial takes you through and then sort of just stops. So it's kind of aimed at people who have already been following the Tracy Brother game series for Star Traders. So if you played Star Traders 1, I believe this was supposed to be a sequel, but it's called Frontiers, as they've expanded the universe. There's the Templar Battle Force and such. I'm rambling on. Video's going on far too long. My name's Mr. Javril. This has been a White Play gaming review show for the Steam reviews. Highly recommend you pick this game up. It is pretty awesome. I'm going to be playing about with it, and hopefully I might do a little video after this of some combat. I might come back to my review a little bit later and add another video at the bottom of the review showing you some combat. But for now, this has been a Tracy Brothers game. This has been Starfarers. All the links to their social media, Facebook, YouTube, is in the description below. Go check them out. Go like their Facebook, their Twitter. I believe they have a Discord. I will drop everything of theirs in the channel description myself. All my information is in the channel description below, so I'm sorry, I'm going to plug my little bit in now. If you didn't see my last review about a game called Io, A Rain's Tale, go check that out. That's on my channel, and I will see you in the next review of the White Play Gaming Review Show. Toodles!